Hello everyone, welcome to Online Information Literacy Learning, and in today's tutorial I'm going to take you through citation using APA 7th edition. In my previous video when I was introducing citation, I last said that I'm going in my next video, which is this, I'm going to show you how you can use APA 7th edition when citing, and I'm going to show you into details. So let us look at how we can cite using APA 7th edition. So in APA 7th edition, you can use it when you're like in in-text citation, and you can as well use it in when you're creating a reference list. So let us briefly look at when you're citing one author. So in citing one author and in in-text citation, you need to include the author's last name and the date or year of publication. So let us look at parenthetical. In parenthetical, I mean when you are putting it after the text. When you brought your text and whatever, so you want to start, you want to put the author's name and whatever out, and like after the text, this is how it looks. Stands for your text, and then this is, and you put all of them in brackets. So you put the author's last name, and then you separate it by a bracket, and then you put the year of publication. Okay, let us look at narrative. For narrative is when you are bringing it in front of the text. So when you're bringing it in front of the text, it is the same, but it looks there, and the way you put it is different from when you're bringing it at the end of the text. So you need to write the author's last name, and then you include the year of publication. In this case, the year of publication is the only one that is being included in what? In a bracket. Therefore, now when you are creating a reference list, because before I said that we're going to look at in-text citation and in creation of reference list. So in reference list, you need to include all details that is there. So you include the author's last name and the initial of the author's first name, the year of publication, and then the journal itself, and then the institution, and then now other things will continue. Therefore, this will take us to when you want to cite two authors. So in citation of two authors, this is what we are going to do. So in in-text citation, you need to add this phrase "and" for narrative when you are using it in the middle of the text, or this "and" the dollar sign for parenthetical when using it after the text. So let us look at parenthetical part. So after writing your text and you want to bring the names of the authors in last, so these are the last author's name, and it's being separated by "and" because these are two authors, and then this is the year of publication of the journal or article. So in the narrative, you can bring the author's name and you separate it by this "and," the first one here, this phrase "and," so you can say Waran and Ladu, and then you include the year of publication in the bracket. So it is more or less the same with when you're citing the what and a one author. So when creating a reference list, you need to include all the authors' names, the authors' last names, and you separate them by this dollar sign here, and include their initials, the initials of their their first names, which are these. Then the journal itself, and the knowledge, the title of the article, then the edition itself. But by the way, if you are writing the article, the article, it should be italicized. Then the name of the institution, go university, like that. So this will take us when we are citing three authors. So briefly, let us see when you are citing three, four, or more authors. So this one, in this case, is going to be different from when you are citing only one or two authors. So let us look at an in-text citation. So all their names and include, like you need to include all the authors' names. After including all the authors' names, and introduce it, introduce this word like in subsequent citations. Like this can be as well, like for parenthetical, you can include all the author's name, Waran, Laru, Odongo, and Opera. The last one you need to separate by this dollar sign, and you put the year of publication or else you can as well choose to use this one. So when you are using this one, you only also cite the write the last name of the first author, then you include et and r. So if you are using this, you need to separate it by a full stop and a comma, and then you include the year of its the year of its publication. So this is what you need to take note on and what you need to understand very well. So when creating a reference list, you have to of course include all the authors. Now, including all the authors, you need to put the author's last name and their the initials of their of their first name. So the last author is being separated by this sign, this and sign here. So you include the journal, you can even include the institution, you can as well include the edition. Okay, this will take us now home. When you are citing very many authors, like 6 and 7 authors, for this case in in-text citation, you need to include the last name of the first author, then you just put it like the way we did for when you're referencing 3, 4, and 5 authors. So in your first citation, you can write the name of the first author, the last name of the first author, you put it and all, and then you put the year of publication in bracket. So when creating a reference list, you need to include all the authors, the year of publication, the title of the book, the journal of publication, and the article. You need to always you need to indicate them. Therefore, for example, here, this is what we have. You can follow this one. It is more or less the same with the previous one that we have talked about. So this one stands for the paragraph, and this one stands for the page. Therefore, this will take us to the next, and that is when you are citing 8 and above authors. So in 8 and above authors, you also do the same. You put warrant it out 2023. After that, when creating a reference list, now for a reference list, it's different. For when you are putting it like when using in in-text citation, it is the same with the previous one. When you are citing 6, 3, from 3 to 7. So, but when you are creating the reference list, this is when the variation comes in such a way that you need to include the names of the first 6 authors. After including the names of the first 6 authors, and then you introduce ellipsis points. These ellipsis points are this one, this does, and this does. So you need to just include the names, the last names of the 6 authors, and you include these ellipses now before completing with the last author. After putting the ellipses, then you conclude with the last author's name. For example, we have the first author, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. After that, okay, we have the first author's name, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. So before introducing the last one, we need to include this is the ellipses that I was talking about. The ellipses, then other things follows the same. And this as well will take us to another part, and that is when when there is multiple work by like the same author, like when the same year. So this is what you need to do. You need to introduce lowercase when in case the work is like it's multiple work and it is by the same author and in the same year. You need to introduce lowercase letters like A, B, and C, or a semicolon to separate the first publication from the second one, and as well as if there are many from the third one. So in this case, we can see this around 2020, and this is A. So this is the first article that this author published in this year of 2020. So, and again, he published a second article in the same year of 2020. But now, the difference here is that we included A for the first article, and here we included lowercase b for the second article. Therefore, or else you can say around 2020 A and that is the first article, studied climate change while we're around the same author in the same year. So B is the second article. So it explored, or the second publication explored its effect on ecosystem. So when creating a reference list, you need to put the first author, the last author's name, and the initial of the first name. You include the year and separate it by, this is the first publication. So when you put A, so it means it's the spot, it's the first publication. Then you include the article, the name of the title of the article or the journal. Then the second one will be the same one, but it's being separated by a lowercase b. So this shows that this is the second article of the same author. So now this will take us perhaps to our next step, and that will be when you are citing groups as authors. For example, it can be organizations, it can be certain group of people. Now, when you are citing them as authors, what do you need to do? So, in in-text citation, in the first citation, you need to include the whole name of the organization. Like, for example, World Health Organization, and then you put its abbreviation in this curly bracket, and then you put the year of publication. So, in a second citation or subsequent citations, what you need to do is just to include the organizations in the abbreviation of the organization, but not the whole, not writing the organization in the organization name in full. You just need to what to include the abbreviation and then the year of publication. So when creating a reference list, you need to include the full name of the organization, for example, World Health Organization, then the year of publication, and then the journal name, the institution or the place where it's been published, and therefore it continues. So there is a note here for you that if the groups of authors is not abbreviated, you put the whole name of the groups in such a way that if, for example, this World Health Organization is not being abbreviated, you need to put the whole name in your all citations. Yeah, because there are very many organizational groups which its names are not being abbreviated. So you need to include the whole organization or group name accordingly. So this will take us to the next step, and that is thanks for watching. This is our last step for APA 7th edition. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can subscribe and click on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Thank you.